how karma shapes your life, and how to clean it. The night the city lost its power, Arjun felt something inside him finally break. The darkness outside his small apartment was complete, but it was nothing compared to the heaviness pressing on his chest. He sat on the cold floor, back against the wall, listening to the distant sirens and the rain hitting the windows, realizing that every road he had taken in life had somehow led him here, alone, exhausted, and filled with regret. In that moment, when even the lights had abandoned him, Arjun understood a terrifying truth: life was not punishing him randomly. It was responding to him. Every choice, every act of kindness he ignored, every wrong he justified, had quietly shaped this life he was now trapped in. If you believe that kindness matters, that second chances exist, and that life can change when we change ourselves, please take a moment right now to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your small action might be the encouragement someone else is waiting for. Arjun had not always been this man. Once, he had been full of dreams, the kind that made him wake up early and stay up late. He grew up in a modest neighborhood where people shared sugar with neighbors and looked after each other's children. His mother taught him that every action leaves a mark, even if we don't see it immediately. But as Arjun grew older, the world hardened him. Competition replaced compassion, ambition replaced empathy, and success became more important than integrity. He told himself this was how adults survived. He told himself that helping others was a luxury for those who had already made it. Years passed, and Arjun climbed steadily in his career. He learned how to take credit quietly, how to ignore colleagues who struggled, how to step forward when praise was being given and step back when responsibility was demanded. Each small compromise felt harmless, almost necessary. He didn't steal, he didn't shout, he didn't break laws. He simply chose himself every time. And because nothing bad happened immediately, he believed he was smart, protected, untouched by consequences. But karma does not shout. It waits. The first cracks appeared slowly. His friendships faded, not with fights, but with silence. Calls stopped coming. Invitations disappeared. At work, the same people he once ignored stopped supporting him. Projects failed in ways he couldn't explain. Promotions slipped through his fingers. He blamed bad luck, jealous coworkers, the economy, fate, everything except himself. At night, when sleep refused to come, memories surfaced of moments he had dismissed someone's pain, laughed at another's mistake, or walked past a stranger in need. He pushed those thoughts away, telling himself the past didn't matter. Then came the day everything collapsed. A single mistake at work, small, fixable, was met with no support. No one covered for him the way he once expected. The same system he had benefited from now turned cold. Within weeks, he was unemployed. Savings drained faster than he imagined. Pride kept him from asking for help. Shame kept him silent. His world shrank to that small apartment, unpaid bills, and long hours of staring at the ceiling, wondering how life had become so cruel. It was during one of those empty afternoons that Arjun noticed an old notebook he had carried for years. Inside were scribbled dreams from his youth, ideas about helping people, starting something meaningful, becoming someone his parents would be proud of. Reading those pages felt like meeting a stranger he once knew. For the first time in years, he cried, not loudly, but deeply, the kind of tears that come from recognizing your own failures without excuses. As days turned into weeks, Arjun began to observe life differently. He noticed how people treated each other in small ways, how kindness often went unnoticed but never disappeared. He saw an elderly woman struggling with groceries while others passed by, and for once, he stopped. Carrying those bags up the stairs felt heavier than expected, not because of their weight, but because of the realization that he could have been doing this all along. The woman's quiet gratitude stayed with him for days, warming something frozen inside his chest. This was how the change began, not dramatically, not overnight, but gently, painfully slow. Arjun started volunteering at a local shelter, not to fix his image or impress anyone, but because it was the only place where his mind felt calm. He cleaned floors, served food, listened to stories. He saw people who had lost far more than he had, yet still smiled. Their resilience humbled him. For the first time, he understood that karma was not about punishment, it was about alignment. When your actions matched compassion, life responded differently. Yet the journey was not easy. Old habits fought back. There were days he felt invisible, useless, tempted to return to his old ways. There were moments when good deeds seemed to bring no reward at all. But slowly, something shifted. He slept better. His thoughts softened. Opportunities appeared quietly, A temporary job through someone he had helped, a recommendation from a stranger who noticed his sincerity. None of it felt magical, but all of it felt earned. Arjun learned that cleaning karma was not about erasing the past, but about taking responsibility for the present. He apologized to people he had wronged, even when forgiveness wasn't guaranteed. Some never responded, some rejected him, but a few accepted, and that was enough. Each apology felt like lifting a stone from his chest. Each act of honesty rebuilt a piece of his broken self. Months later, when Arjun stood again in a stable job, it didn't feel like victory, it felt like balance. He no longer rushed ahead of others. He listened, he noticed, he gave credit. Life didn't suddenly become perfect, but it became meaningful. The darkness that once surrounded him had taught him something the light never could. Karma is shaped daily, silently, by who we choose to be when no one is watching. If this story has touched your heart even a little, please take a moment now to like the video, share it with someone who may need hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps stories like this reach those who are struggling quietly. As Arjun walked through the city one evening, lights glowing warmly this time, he felt a quiet gratitude. Not because life was easy, but because he was no longer running from himself. He had learned that cleaning karma is less about correcting fate and more about correcting direction. Every kind act, every honest effort, every moment of compassion becomes a thread weaving a better future. Before this story ends, I invite you to comment below. Do you believe karma can be changed through conscious effort, or do you think it's fixed? Your thoughts matter. Arjun's life did not transform into a fairy tale, but it became something far more real, a reminder that no matter how far we drift, the path back begins with awareness, humility, and kindness. And sometimes, when the lights go out and we are left alone with ourselves, that is when life gives us its most important lesson.